Have you ever wondered what really puts your safety and independence at risk after 80? Living alone can be a wonderful thing: freedom, privacy, and the ability to live on your own terms. But it also comes with challenges that many don't see coming until it's too late. What seems like a small habit or an overlooked detail can quickly turn into a serious threat to your health, safety, or happiness. And the worst part? Most of these risks are avoidable if you simply know what to watch for. In this video, we're going to walk through 8 things older adults commonly overlook or underestimate when living alone. These aren't scare tactics, they're simple, everyday patterns that, if ignored, can slowly chip away at your strength, independence, and even your joy in daily life. Stick with me until the end. Some of these insights might surprise you, and they could make all the difference in how well you live after 80. Keycap 1: Home Safety Hazards. One of the most dangerous mistakes older adults make when living alone is overlooking home safety. What used to feel comfortable can, over time, become full of hidden hazards: a loose rug, a step that's always been wobbly, a lamp cord across the hallway. As we get older, our balance, vision, and reaction time change. What once was harmless can become a serious fall risk. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury for people over 80, and the consequences can change everything: fractures, hospitalizations, loss of independence. But the good news? Many dangers are preventable. Home safety is about small, smart changes. Install grab bars in the bathroom. Use non-slip mats. Add night lights in hallways. Remove loose rugs and clutter. Ask a trusted friend or family member to walk through your home with fresh eyes. They'll notice things you might overlook. Little changes can keep you living independently for years longer. Keycap 2: Skipping regular health checkups. Another common mistake is skipping regular doctor visits. After 80, missing checkups can open the door to serious problems that could have been prevented. When you live alone, there's no one there to notice small changes: your mood, appetite, the way you walk. It's easy to think, I feel fine, why go in? But routine visits catch silent problems like high blood pressure, diabetes, vision loss, or nutritional deficiencies before they spiral. For example, a simple eye exam could prevent a fall. A routine blood test might catch a vitamin deficiency that's causing weakness. Don't skip your checkups, they're not a hassle, they're insurance for staying independent. Keycap 3: Social isolation. Living alone can bring peace and privacy, but one of the most dangerous traps is social isolation. It often starts slowly: a friend moves away, you stop attending groups or gatherings, and days pass without real conversation. Chronic loneliness is as harmful as smoking several cigarettes a day. It raises your risk of depression, high blood pressure, and even memory loss. It doesn't take much to stay connected. Weekly calls with friends. Attend a senior group or local event. Join a walking club or library activity. Staying socially connected isn't a luxury, it's essential. It keeps your mind sharp and your mood steady. Keycap 4: Lack of emergency preparedness. Emergencies don't knock, they just happen. Living alone means you must plan ahead. Imagine falling in the bathroom with your phone in the other room: who will hear you? Having a plan saves lives. Invest in a medical alert device with fall detection. Keep emergency contacts in an easy-to-find place. Have a spare key with a trusted neighbor. Keep flashlights, batteries, a portable phone charger, and essentials for power outages ready. Preparedness isn't a luxury, it's your responsibility. Keycap 5: Poor eating habits. When living alone, healthy eating is one of the first routines to slip away. Meals feel like a chore when there's no one to cook for. Skipping meals or eating the same processed foods can lead to serious health problems over time: muscle loss, fatigue, and nutrient deficiencies. After 80, your body needs more protein, more fiber, more nutrients like calcium, vitamin D, and B12. If cooking is difficult, Use grocery delivery or meal kits. Ask local churches or senior centers about meal deliveries. Make meals more enjoyable, play music, light a candle, sit by the window. Eating well isn't about feeling full, it's about giving your body what it needs to thrive. Ask yourself, are you really eating enough to stay strong? Are your meals balanced? Or are you relying on what's quick and easy? The answers to those questions matter more than most people realize. Because when your body's well-fed, everything works better: your mood, your sleep, your strength, your memory. Living alone doesn't mean you have to eat alone or eat poorly. Make a plan. Stock your kitchen with the essentials. Keep easy, healthy snacks on hand. And if cooking feels like too much some days, that's okay too. Just don't let yourself fall into the trap of thinking food doesn't matter anymore. Because it does, now more than ever. Number 6, mental inactivity. When people think about aging well, they often focus on the physical: exercising, eating right, preventing falls. But one of the most overlooked dangers for those living alone after 80 is letting your mind go quiet. And I don't mean enjoying peace and quiet, which can be wonderful. I mean going day after day without any mental challenge, stimulation, or engagement. Because when your brain isn't being used, it doesn't just rest, it starts to fade. You might not notice it at first. Maybe you forget where you left your glasses or find yourself struggling to recall a name. You chalk it up to age. And yes, some forgetfulness is normal. But when mental inactivity becomes a pattern, those small slips can become more frequent and more serious. It's not just memory that's affected. It's your ability to solve problems, plan your day, manage your medications, or follow conversations. And over time, this decline can chip away at your independence. The challenge with living alone is that there's no one around to push your thinking, no one asking your opinion on the news, no one challenging you with a puzzle, no one helping you work through a tricky decision. And if the television becomes your main source of stimulation, your brain ends up on autopilot. Watching the same shows every day might be comforting, but it doesn't stretch your mind the way reading a book, playing a game, or having a lively conversation does. I remember Eugene, an 83-year-old former teacher who moved into a quiet retirement home. At first, he welcomed the silence. But over time, he noticed he wasn't reading as much, wasn't journaling like he used to, and sometimes found it hard to stay focused. He told me, "I used to feel sharp. Lately, I feel like I'm drifting through the day." So he made a change. He joined a local library discussion group, started doing crossword puzzles every morning, and set a goal to read one new book a month. Within weeks, he said he felt more awake, more like himself. Mental stimulation doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to solve math problems or memorize poetry. It's about doing things that make your brain work just a little harder than it wants to. Reading the newspaper and discussing it with a friend, playing cards, trying out a new recipe, listening to music and identifying the instruments, calling a grandchild and asking them to teach you how to use a new app or gadget. Even conversation itself is a powerful form of brain exercise. When you talk with someone, you're remembering details, forming opinions, responding in real time, and all of that keeps your mind engaged. That's why staying socially connected and mentally active go hand in hand. So ask yourself, what did I do today that made my brain work? Did I learn something new, solve a small problem, or just challenge myself in some way? If the answer is no, that's okay, but make tomorrow different. Pick up a book, try a puzzle, ask a neighbor a question. Because just like your muscles, your brain needs regular use to stay strong. Mental activity is one of the best ways to guard against cognitive decline and even delay the onset of memory-related illnesses. But more importantly, it helps you stay you. The more mentally active you stay, the more in control you feel of your life, your choices, and your future. And that's something worth fighting for. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 7. Physical inactivity. One of the easiest habits to slip into when living alone after 80 is doing less and less with your body. At first, it might feel like a relief. You no longer have to rush out the door or keep up with other people's schedules. You sit a little longer after breakfast, skip a walk because the weather's not great, or decide that going up and down the stairs isn't worth the effort today. But over time, those small decisions add up, and what starts as rest can quietly turn into decline. Physical inactivity is one of the most dangerous threats to your health and independence. When you stop moving regularly, your muscles start to shrink, your joints stiffen, your bones weaken, your balance gets worse, and your confidence in your own body starts to fade. It doesn't take long before things that used to be easy, getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, walking around the block, start to feel like real challenges. And once those abilities begin to slip, it's much harder to get them back. I knew a man named Walter, 85, who had always been active in his younger years. After his wife passed and he started living alone, he slowed down without realizing it. He said, "There was no one to walk with anymore, so I stopped going. No one to cook for, so I stopped standing much in the kitchen." He thought he was just conserving energy. But after 6 months, he noticed his legs felt weak. He had trouble sleeping and he even started feeling more anxious. His doctor told him what was really going on: he wasn't just aging, he was deconditioning. His body was responding to inactivity the same way a plant wilts without sunlight. The good news is, you don't need to run marathons to stay strong. You just need to move. Even simple routines like stretching in the morning, walking around the house every hour, or standing on one leg while brushing your teeth can help maintain strength and balance. If you can go outside safely, a short walk in fresh air does wonders for both your muscles and your mood. If you prefer to stay indoors, chair exercises, light weights, or resistance bands can be incredibly effective. The key is consistency. Your body responds best to regular gentle movement, not once in a while, but every day. Even 10 minutes here and there adds up. And don't think of it as exercise. Think of it as body maintenance. Just like you brush your teeth to protect your smile, you move your body to protect your independence. You might be surprised at how quickly strength and energy return once you start moving again. Many people find that even a short walk improves their appetite, their sleep, and their overall sense of well-being. Your body wants to work for you, it just needs the opportunity. So ask yourself, how much have I moved today? Have I gone for a walk, stretched my arms, done anything that got my blood flowing? If not, set a goal. Start small and keep it up. Because every time you choose to move, you're choosing to stay strong, stay independent, and stay in charge of your life. Living alone doesn't mean living still, it means being in full control of how you move through your day, literally. So, take that walk, stretch those legs, and give your body the respect it deserves. You've come this far with it, let it carry you even farther. Number 8. Hiding health or safety concerns from family. When you're living alone after 80, it's easy to fall into the habit of keeping things to yourself. You might notice your balance isn't what it used to be, or that you've been feeling more tired, more forgetful, or just not quite right. But instead of telling anyone, you brush it off. You think, I don't want to worry my kids. Or, it's probably nothing. And in doing so, you carry the burden alone. That quiet decision to say nothing may feel like strength or self-reliance, but over time, it can become a dangerous silence. Many older adults pride themselves on being independent, and rightly so. You've lived a full life, made your own decisions, solved your own problems. But there's a difference between being independent and being isolated. When you hide important health concerns or safety risks from your loved ones, you're not protecting them. You're removing their chance to help you before things get worse. Let's say you've started having trouble getting up from the couch or your vision has become blurrier at night. These may seem like minor inconveniences, but they're often early warning signs of larger issues that can be managed or prevented if caught early. Left unchecked, they can lead to falls, medication mistakes, misdiagnosis, or worse. I once spoke with Eleanor, an 84-year-old woman who had a strong, proud spirit. Her son lived 2 towns over and called every Sunday. She told me she hadn't mentioned the chest tightness she'd felt for a few weeks because she didn't want to ruin his weekend. Then one night, the pain worsened and she ended up in the emergency room with a serious heart condition. She later said, "If I'd just told him what was going on, maybe we could have caught it sooner." This isn't about making every ache and pain a crisis. It's about being honest, especially about changes that affect your ability to stay safe, healthy, and independent. Your family and friends care about you more than you may realize. When you let them in, even just a little, you give them the opportunity to support you in the way you need, not just the way they assume. If you're worried about being a burden, remember this: most family members would much rather help you with something small today than face a much bigger problem tomorrow. A quick check-in, a shared plan for how to handle emergencies, or simply letting them know when something doesn't feel right, that kind of communication builds trust and keeps everyone informed. It also helps with practical planning. If your mobility has changed, your family can help you modify your home. If you've fallen once, they can set you up with an alert system. If your memory is slipping, they can remind you about appointments or medications. None of this means you're giving up control, it means you're using your support system wisely. So ask yourself, is there anything I've been hiding or downplaying? Something I've noticed but told myself wasn't worth mentioning? If the answer is yes, it might be time to share it with a loved one, a friend, or your doctor. Being open doesn't make you weak. In fact, it shows tremendous strength. It shows that you value your health, your relationships, and your future. Living alone doesn't mean you have to face everything alone. And the more transparent you are, the more empowered you become. It's not about surrendering independence, it's about protecting it for as long as you can. Let the people who love you in. They're not just part of your past, they're part of your safety net, your peace of mind, and your journey forward. Final thoughts. Now that we've walked through these 8 crucial things to avoid when living alone after 80, take a moment to reflect on where you stand. Are you maintaining a safe environment, staying active in both body and mind, and keeping the lines of communication open with the people who care about you? Or have you found yourself slipping into habits that quietly chip away at your independence and well-being? The truth is, none of these changes happen overnight. We don't suddenly decide to stop moving, stop reaching out, or stop caring for ourselves. It happens slowly, through small decisions we barely notice. But the good news is that reversing those patterns can also start small: one walk around the block, one honest conversation with a loved one, one phone call to your doctor, one decision to make your home just a little safer. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be aware and willing to take small steps each day to stay strong, connected, and in control. Living alone after 80 doesn't have to mean giving things up. In fact, it can be a season of tremendous freedom and growth, if you stay mindful of the risks and take action to protect your health, safety, and peace of mind. That you've come a long way in life. You've faced challenges, made hard decisions, and overcome more than most people realize. This chapter is no different. You have what it takes to keep going, strong, steady, and proud of the life you've built. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.